Hello everyone, I'm ShimonShozen, and welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna do some farm building in my hardcore world, but right now we're starting off things in my one of like the servers I was part of called Ebrius, and I just kind of want to show you what my general idea for my farm layout is gonna be inspired by. And essentially I kind of want to make my farm like plots like this for my proverbial farms. It's just gonna be like these little plots and like walkable paths to different like types of farms with a little bit of overgrown grasses thrown in there. I don't actually have Podzol on me, but Podzol's not too hard to get. But yeah, just like different like little garden locations and little things for it, and that's a general premise idea of what I'm going to do for my farms in my hardcore world over there. I do probably want to duplicate this windmill potentially, although I might get a Lightmatica schematic of it so I don't have to like base off of a picture of it, so I'm not like going off randomly building it. I don't know, I'll see. I'll think about it. I do like this smaller windmill. Like sometimes I will build a bigger windmill, but I do like the design of this one. I saw it somewhere at some point. I was like, ooh, I love that design, and I just imported it to my builds, and yeah, it's just one of those things. Alright, so let's switch off here real quick to my hardcore world here. So actually I want to quickly fix something right now. Okay, cool. We're here. I do have pictures kind of me flying over the general idea of what I want my farms to look like, and I do want them to be like some height to them, and general like height difference to them. So as you can see, I kind of like filled in that little hole over here that I was talking about, and this is kind of where I'm gonna start the farm. I don't know if I'm gonna make it I kind of would love to like maybe do in like bits and parts, like a little bit of it's like up here, and then a good chunk of it here for like the wheat and carrots and potatoes. I don't know if I'm going to add beetroot. I know for sure I'm not going to add the, even though I love those intermittent flower paths to this, I probably am not going to do that for this, just because I'm like, I don't necessarily have the room for it. Kind of looking at things, because, you know, over here, I'm probably going to flatten things out, make this the, where a farmhouse is. If not, like, somewhere over here is where that farmhouse is going to be. Or maybe the barn might be there, and, like, I might expand a little bit out here to make the farmhouse. I just have, like, general ideas of where I want things are, and, like, I want, like, a fishing boat somewhere here as well. And I still, like, need to make my, iron farm. But yeah, let's get building. So I haven't really decided on the materials I'm going to necessarily work with and build with. I do actually want to do just a little bit of terraforming here. Just fill in a little bit of this to make it bigger. I do want this side as well to be bigger. I'm kind of like thinking maybe spruce or some type of wooden wall to hold it up, with like a stone base as the main bit to like kind of keep it in more or less. that's my general idea of what I have going in my brain right now. At the moment, like, yeah, I'm just kind of placing random blocks, and for the most part, it's gonna be fairly random of how I place it. Things going forward on this. But yeah, like, I'll probably use like a stone retaining wall to make it look like it's a bit more refined, or like it's actually like getting held into place. So I just want to fill this up, and then we're going to get building here soon enough. I do actually, if you notice, like, my dirt hand after 64 gets filled up, I do have a kind of quality of life mod for that. That's called inventory next, and it's nice for like building when you're just like building out like one material like this and just, you know, doing things. Okay, alright. Oh shoot, I never put these away. Actually, you know what? I might use tough as the bottom retaining walls, since I actually have not chosen tough yet. The new tough blocks. So let me grab like 4 stacks of that. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe tough bricks. Definitely tough bricks. Maybe a stack of polished tough, and the rest of it tough bricks. And then half a stack of tough brick walls and half a stack of polished tough. Just like a little bit of variant there and a little bit of normal tough here and there for a little variety. Let's like go for that. We'll see for now. Yeah, that should be good for that. So I do want to kind of actually maybe expand this area a little bit more, to kind of keep things in line. I don't know, like, I mean, I was kind of like, just in general watching, what's his, Flip, and like, how he has like this sort of like generalized theme for his, hardcore world being like fantasy rustic inspired, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much gonna be how like my bits and bobs and themes of it are going to be. So the question of it is, do I build the walls here, or do I actually just do like the capturing here, where it's like this is the wall bit and then it goes down somewhere like over here stairwise, and then just like that. I think I actually do like this a little bit. It's a little bit of height difference in it. Maybe I might even do like that, and then just kind of like throw it off a little bit like this. Yeah, that's not too shabby, I don't think. And like, you know, I do like a bit of randomness. Let's go the wall here and try to kind of I'll probably do like roughly 2 paths, 3-ish path for this, like 3-ish. Yeah, I'll do odds rather than evens. So at least for right now, I'm going to kind of like use path blocks. I don't like path blocks and how they look, but it'll give me kind of an idea of how I kind of like want to roughly do the I'd like it to be a little bit more bendy here. It's a little bit too straight for me. Just to like, the path blocks will just kind of like give me a general idea of how I want the road to kind of like line up, more or less. Cool. That's not too bad, so I'm gonna replace a couple of these with some polished tuff, just to give a little bit of variance and variety. That one's not gonna be seen, so over here and here. I like the nice bit of building is like, it doesn't have to be super special. I know there's like the gradients and all that sort of stuff, like, and I've yet to really like kind of like watch and learn how B-Dubs does his gradient magic. I know he's not like the only one, but he's like kind of like one of the ones who kind of like accelerated and popularized that building style to some extent. He's always just, B-double-O has always just been like one of the best builders in Minecraft. I mean, Criminy, his whatchamacallit, his Colosseum in Minecraft was so famous for a time. Do I have which tree is that? It is Papagale trees. I do have some mangrove roots, so I'm going to use mangrove roots for my back to normal you. Nope. I believe that would be in my tool chest. Yes. I like to use some mangrove roots for essentially putting water in it, and it won't look too out of place. Oh yeah. I like things how they're going so far. I'd like there to be like maybe a boulder here, like a small boulder and all that sort of stuff. Maybe like some more leaves and all that sort of stuff. I still need to do the interior of that house, and that we'll get to that at some point. He says interiors are kind of my weakest point on Minecraft, but I shall generally try to make things functional and whatnot. Okay, so we're gonna build them a little bit more random, where it's like some of these are gonna be further out than that, and then that. Like that. I do kind of want it to be a bit quirky in a sense. Like not the straightest straight, but like a little bit of straightness here and there. And then I'm gonna like, once I'm like kind of like done kind of like toying around with block placement here and block heights, I'm going to throw in different blocks. Sure, that works for me. Yeah, I'm gonna like throw in different heights and all that sort of stuff. Actually, no. I'll check that real quick. Did I? But yeah, it's just like, I do think a bit of randomness will go a long way for this. So, let's try to make it a bit random on height size. Like, the most I'll do is probably 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, so, just, you know, yeah, just like random heights on this. Try and not to keep too even on the heights. Whoops. Yeah, I don't remember where I more or less saw this kind of like idea on how to like essentially more or less build like this kind of like retaining wall for like these farmlands, but I do quite enjoy them enough to like have put it into my own build. If it's anywhere, it's probably like Hermitcraft. Like, it's hard not to be inspired by the Hermitcraft people to some degree or whatnot when building. I mean, they generally have some of like the most legendary builders in the Minecraft game. I liked how you like sort of like sync there with the path block. Let's throw a couple of these. I don't want it, like occasional 1 or 2 like that. It's fine. Let's do one that's like completely over here. Little tough block there. I like these tough blocks. They're kind of actually nice. It's also nice that they're like quick mine too. And I'll never complain about a block being instant mine. Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have grabbed some slabs as well for some of these for even more height difference. So I'm actually going to do that. Wow, I actually went through that quicker than I expected. Let's see. Let's go half there, half of that, and then half that. Perfect. Nice. Gives a little bit more variance on the height difference, as I don't have to like completely be totally set on things. Oop. Yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. Actually might do a bit of crockery where it's like one side might be even a little bit higher in the plane for the dirt here, so it's like this wall has to be just a touch higher. Nope. Wanted that to be that. Sure. And then actually this shall be a little bit low. Yeah. I just don't want it to be completely like uniform necessarily. So there's that. I need to put a water source here somewhere. So let me dig out here. Also, I'm going to double check something. Yes. Oops. Ooh. I'll have to fix that in a second. Or I'll have to fix that later in the stream, because I accidentally closed out a pretty vital part of game selection. Oh, that's annoying. Whatever. Let me I do want to see how the path looks. Yeah, it's not bad. This is the bit that I'm like a little iffy on, but that's okay. Okay, let me put some slabs down. Not too many. Just like a couple, one or two. Not one or two, but like a handful. Let's put a wall here. You could kind of... Okay, you can't necessarily jump off and out of it. Slab there. Not slab, but wall. Like occasional wall. Like the wall is just kind of more or less there to help it so you can't necessarily jump out, or I can jump out. It'll be interesting to say the least. I don't want them to all have like the height difference in the wall, and I don't want like all these things to have like a... Oops. A stone wall. Definitely like the entrances and the exits I will have a stone wall for. So I'm gonna actually knock that down, because I'll put like a proverbial lantern there. Where's my bed? I placed my bed somewhere and now it's gone. Uh-oh. That's actually not good. Where did I place it? Weird. Well, I shall then use... Oh man, the inventories. I think I actually know what this is going to be. This is going to be where like my enchanting room is going to be. Or maybe like even up here is going to be like an enchanting spot. Wait, let me take a sleep here. I really actually genuinely do need to think about oh, that's where my bed is. What I do need to think about is just like how this base expands and everything. Like even right now it's like pretty small, unfortunately. Like I said, I would like there to be an iron farm here under where I had shown, because boy, lanterns are super nice to have. Parkour. And like genuinely, iron is one of those materials like you don't think you're using it as much as you actually would be. Oop. Lantern there. It's probably not gonna light up everything here, but it'll light up enough, hopefully. And then I'll like probably use like some glow lichen on the wall faces themselves for like a bit of like kind of like moss that is overgrown things, stuff and things. Let me place a block here, place one here. Let me slab it up a little bit here and there, just like one or two. Cool. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I don't actually have a hoe, which kind of weird, but let's make one real quick. Diamonds. I have enough there. Let's get some wood product. Sure. Slab there. Put that there. Crafting table here. Let's actually enchant this thing real quick. I'm actually gonna just chuck that down there. Let's do this. Efficiency. I could do a bit better on enchanting there, so I'm gonna actually do that. Silk touch efficiency. No. Unbreaking. Kidding me? Just unbreaking? Ugh. What books do I have in here? Protection, looting, no other books. Gosh. I have the levels for it. Fortune? I think no, actually Silk Touch is better on... Actually, isn't it? No, it's not naturally Silk Touched. Nope, Fortune again. Okay, like, give me anything but Fortune. Okay, give me anything but Efficiency. I'm breaking. Frick. Is this how? Oh, we did have one. Damn it. What? Oh. What? Oh, I forgot I had a frickin' hoe. Well, go away. I thought I didn't have one. Oh. I think I was on Velvet Blue. I was. Trimmer. Here we go. So I'm gonna put one of the mangrove blocks here, roots here. I'm gonna put one over here, and then I need some water real quick. Let's toss these spider eyes and these out of the way. Water. Kind of just like an overgrown thing. At least make it a little bit prettier. I shall put one here as well. Where is some dirt? Where in the world is dirt? Unfortunately, like, you can't completely hide the water, but it's still like passable hidden. This might just actually just be a block of whatever grass, and then it'll be just like overgrown grass. Okay, let me hoe this. Oops. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of path blocks. These path blocks are gonna only be temporary until 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that goes a lot further than I thought. those path blocks are just gonna be temporary up until I can I replace them with my actual pathing that I like. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say than that. Probably a mangrove here and probably here. Plop. Plop. Man, now I'm kind of like remembering some weird, silly ideas I've had as a younger man when I was first originally trying to like create things for YouTube and whatnot. Like, I had this weird idea of quote unquote like an iron builders sort of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, might not get hydration, so that's fine. I'm going to go over here, walk my path, destroy a little bit of you for some seeds, and then I'm going to replant like half of it for that. And then I'm gonna actually grab some carrots as well. Gosh, my inventory is an absolute tragic mess at the moment. Yep, it totally is. Gosh, I need a shulker box over here. Let me grab a shulker box, actually. No, I still have lapis in my inventory. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I actually don't know what I'm gonna do with this little, like, water cove area. Part of me is like, maybe I'll just, like, make it into like maybe try to drain the water and make it into like a windy weird water thing, because like, man, there's like a big cave system under here, like huge. Oop. Uh-oh. Where's my helmet now? Oh, there it is. Jeez. Almost lost my helmet there. But yeah, it's like a huge water system here. As you could kind of see, cave system here. But man, it would take forever to drain it. So it's probably gonna just exist and be here. It's nighttime, gotta sleep. Gotta sleep, gotta sleep, gotta sleep. Oh, you know what would actually be good? I could probably cook some of these bricks. I hope you could cook some of these bricks and then make them into cracked. I hope there's a cracked variant. That'd be nice. Let me see. Put you in here. Just grab a stack of coal. No, there isn't a cracked variant. That is most unfortunate. Oh well. Actually, I would like to see how I am doing lighting wise. Okay, not too shabby. I'll place a lantern here, so at least all my plant area is lit up. here for now. I do like the lighting, how far it reaches now. It's actually, it's like double what it originally was, which is pretty wild. Okay, let me shove a box here. Not that. Yep, these. And I shall just, for now, I'll just put, like, my seeds here. I'll do, like, the finer details of, the occasional one that isn't grown podzol, some grass, and, like, some ferns in it to just give it a little bit more character rather than just be a pure farm. Wheat, because wheat's pretty important. Nice little terraced farmland here. So then this one goes into a little bit of a walk into another one over here, which shall be not grass, shall be carrots and potatoes. Actually, that's what I was also going to do. I was going to plant some potatoes so they grow over there, and some, although I don't use it, beetroot as well, just to say have some beetroot on the growing. Actually, might even throw like a couple of like bamboos in the mix, that now that bamboo exists, because I believe oh, I actually don't. No, wait, I do have beetroot. I believe when I was in that Ebrius world, bamboo might have not existed quite yet. It's hard to remember. I think maybe might not have existed. It's kind of wild to think about. Shows you how long I've been playing Minecraft. Now I can't get my my brain crossed on things. If you don't know, actually, a little tip: if you do grow things, if you grow things, I guess for some reason, like in an odd pattern, it grows faster. It's like, I don't know why it is, but I imagine it has to do with some randomization, potentially. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Oh, actually, you know what's kinda sucks is I would like this to have actually cut into the path over here into it. Actually, that might mean I might make another little garden plot over here and make it like a yeah, actually, that's what I might do to keep things interesting. And this kind of like shall just remain like kind of like a split point open and just over here. If you all actually have any ideas of what I should do in this frickin' holy crap, man, if I were to try to sponge this out, I don't know how long it would take. It would take forever. It'd be cool to. Steakums. Yeah. Oops. Maybe not that one then. 1, 2, 3. which means I'm gonna lower that. Going to take one of you and place one you, and I want it to not be totally consistent, which means this path, oops, this is going to be now a intermittent path, which, where's my shovel? Dig dug? Oh, that's lame. You have to genuinely destroy the dirt or the pathing, which means this will be smaller than, like, really, this whole farm concept isn't for, like, yield, it's more for show, which clearly it is. Yeah, I'll take that one out. Cool. Yeah, that looks okay. This one I shall keep as a thing. Well, I guess it's gonna be like this, and then I'm just gonna build that like here. Actually knock that off. Turn into a slab. Height-wise, actually I'll lower that. Slab that. Different tough wall. And light. Light. Nice, nice, nice. It's not the most beautiful path, but it'll be a path leading to it. Okay. Because, like, I would like the pathing to be kind of, like, nicely intertwined and interconnected between things, so that's kind of how it's going to go. From here to there to here to there. So that means I am going to see if I can. Okay, let's see if I were to path this out. Let's imagine it. Okay. And I think this is where I'm going to. Oops. Do the wall. Starting the wall. Pathing. I might build up a little bit more of the dirt here. Do I have more dirt in here? Cool, I do. Yeah, hopefully y'all don't mind, like, just like some weird spurts of ideas. Oh, actually, now that I'm no longer recording my Shovel Knight video, re-recording voiceover for it, here's something I could talk about now as well. So, Hades 2 is officially coming out. So the plan for Hades 1, and thankfully I actually beat Hades here recently. I need to beat him 10 times. I have 7 more times to defeat him, so I'm going to actually kind of push for... Generally, I don't want to follow, I guess, the proverbial, not algorithm, but like hype that is games, releases and whatnot, because I'm not about that. But for like something like Hades, where it's a game that I genuinely love, I am going to try my best to stream that when that's fully released and whatnot. yeah, that's the plan for that. Uh, it's one of those rare times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to follow the trend on a game. Uh, Whether that works or not, I don't necessarily know. We're just gonna be popular or not. That's not really my concern. My main concern is I just would like to, at least for the most part, for my channel. Oh, hi there, Liam. I'd like to at least play it while it's out or coming out. Thank you for the follow, Liam. I'm not loving this little bit of the pathing right now, because I'm trying to keep it like where you can still kind of see into this, so I'm trying to keep this wall not entirely obtrusive. Retaining wall. But yeah, that's kind of like what I plan to do for Hades. I'm gonna try to push to beat Hades 10 times. Like, I have 7 more to go, and like, since I'm still on such low heat, that's not gonna be a problem. I'll probably try to display a high heat run as things go, just for the sake of showing, hey, this is what high heat looks like. Let's see. Do. Yeah, you can still kind of see it. Let me push back here a little bit. It's not bad. This probably is also going to be wheat just for my sake of having a little bit more wheat. I was gonna like maybe do carrots here, but since the wheat here is such small, like I said, it's more show than functionality, but part of me wants to keep things a little bit for the sake of show or some functionality to it. So let's see here on how I connect these pathings. Like I said, temporary pathing, because I hate path blocks. I just like don't like this yellow. It's ugh. Okay, there we go. How's it look for right now? Not bad, not bad. Yeah, not bad. Once I actually get my proper pathing, like this stone and everything, that'll be nice. I want to get that pathing connected there. But, things are actually looking, oops, pretty spiffy right now. I'm liking it. So I'll put a mangrove here for water. Part of like hard part about talking about building and talking is like just place this. That's kind of how my brain do be. But yeah. Just like, yeah, to go a little bit on the whole Hades things. Yeah, I'm trying not to follow like the whole trends thing of things, but like, because I genuinely like Hades, the game, and Hades 2 coming out is very exciting, and like I love Supergiant Games as a studio. One of those rare occasions where I'm going to follow the trend of things. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep it here. Maybe I might push this in here and, nope. Build the wall there. Cool. Let's bring these up at random heights. Like I said, max I'd like to do is, 5 on them. Cool. That one I'd like to keep shorter than that, just cause it's a little bit of a eyesore if I didn't. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's not looking too bad at the moment. Might push this wall a little bit out here to make it interesting. I also might just like add some rocks on the sides of these things to actually make it look like there's like it's being kept inwards as well. All of it's like small detail work that I need to figure out. I also need some more tough blocks, so let's grab some tough blocks, shall we? Nice. Okay. Some tough bricks. Gosh, I just wanna... I'm gonna do this temporarily. It kind of bothers me a little bit. This is temporary. Yeah, that'll do for right now. When I get the whole building there, it's such a weird thing to be like a little obsessive compulsive about, but you know, whatever. And like I figured out like I'd use like the mangrove to kind of like at least a little bit blend into the walls here a bit, so it's not like completely looks obtrusive when it's like underneath there. Plus like the plant growth shall very much help the hiding of it, so that shouldn't be too much of a issue. Let's see. Put this wall here, dirt here. Let's build the wall a bit higher. Cool. Oh, not what I wanted. Cool. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, some of these I'm going to knock down a little bit lower just for slabs. Yes, I think I'm mostly fine with how things look here. Like, it's a little bit random, it's a little weird, but I like a little weird. Typically I like those a little bit higher, but you know what? That is a-okay. Oh, that's a tough. I didn't actually want any of those to be tough itself. I wanted them to be a brick wall or polished. Cool. That looks better. Trampling all over my own work here. As you do, as you do. If that turns into dirt, I'm totally fine with that being dirt, to be honest. Let's slap a bed down. Let us go stone here and a wall here and here. I don't know what I'm gonna do for light wise, to like spread out for like, so I'm not torch spamming. Like I'd like to do like lichen and a little bit of bricks here, or like I want to like design like a lamp post of some sort that kind of goes into theme with things that isn't like too obtrusively ugly. I'll probably like creative mode it a little bit and figure that out. Yeah, that could, these two I'm gonna make into grass, or let the nature turn into grass. I'm gonna sleep here because things over here are potentially gonna kill me. Okay. Now, ooh, right. I want to chunk a couple of these out to be polished. Actually, the good part of making the water into putting it into mangrove as well as a small benefit is, if I break it, it doesn't like come flooding out. That's actually a nice little thing that I didn't even think about. Cool. I'll take that lower. Actually take this one as well. Oh, no. That one's just fine as is, I suppose. Okay, some slabs to throw some height variant and things. One here, one here, one here. Brick walls here, and here and here. Put a slab on here. Here. Ooh, okay. Put like one more wall like up here. I think I'm okay for how this looks. It's not the most gorgeous thing, but it doesn't all have to be pretty. That should get water. Okay. Okay, I do have actually some wheat. I think I may have some more seeds in my blocks here, or my base storage here. Oh yeah, I do. Let's go here. All the seeds. One thing I would actually like to potentially do is, like, once I actually build like the fishing hut and the what hut? The farming hut. I'd like to bring some villagers over to make things a little bit more interesting. Over there with the village and like across the ocean, I don't necessarily know what I plan to build, but I'd like to actually make like a small, like, you know, like rustic village that is across the ocean from my starter base. But we'll get there when we get there. It's not like an immediate thing that's gonna happen right away. It's, you know, in due time, in due time. What was I gonna do? Yes, I want to kind of path out how I want the path for the farm to go. So I kind of want it to, like, not that block, because instantly it's going to turn into dirt, and then it is not going to be recognizable. So it's a little bit sharp, as you could kind of see here, as I'm going to go pretty sharp into pretty much a downwards connection here. It's gonna be more straight than I typically like a pathing, but because of how things are here, being like next to this kind of cliff area, it's just gonna have to do. Cool. What else can I talk about now that, like, that I'm not recording? Like I said, I'm just like, I haven't had a whole bunch of time to go through and play Silk Song. I'm still kind of making my way playing Silk Song. I had a pretty good playing session of that a couple days ago. At the moment, I'm like just backtracking because I got one of the, like, a unlock that is like, yeah, this is a good point to try to do a little bit of backtracking just to explore and see what the heck's I missed and whatnot. It's fun still. I mean, like I said, I do agree with some gripes being like, it's a little bit horse poo that some things do some creatures do double damage. Okay, that's a bush. Do bushes just spawn in Minecraft, or is that like a data pack that I have? And if they do, man, I hope they're actually a little bit more common. And like, if I can make them, I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, it's a bit of a struggle with that game sometimes. Ah, hi Fire Banana, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Okay, now to kind of figure out where I'm going to path things for this. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is a distance look at these. This is one of those things where I'm like, the more I look at them, I potentially hate them. The idea is good in concept, but maybe it's not the best so close to my base. Maybe with after like a little bit of tweaking, they'll look a bit better in the setting. It'd suck if I just built this and tear it all down. I'll figure out. Okay, let's continue onwards to build another little set. Oh, those are pillagers. Actually, I do want to fight those pillagers because I want some bad omen from them. Or a bad omen potion. Because I do have that trial chamber that I'd like to go back to at some point. And do a trial chamber stuff. I mean, like I said, I don't know the time on, and like you have to be within like loading chunks of it to generate. Also, sorry there, I needed a chug of water because I've been talking for God knows how long now. I've been like actually talking for like this point 2 hours technically because I had to do some backup recording. Fuck me. Thanks Windows Update for updating my OBS for the mic being default and somehow the default not being my Audio Technica mic. Yeah, Windows updates are great. By great, I mean I hate you, Windows. Sometimes. Shite. Yeah, I think if I put some retaining, like some blocks across this and like some like things here and there, this will look a little bit better, like, you know, so it's not like a giant wall. Okay, I think I'm going to build a cell here and then probably been better if I had actually built this up and terraformed this upwards so it's a little bit flatter and connects over here to do it, but I'm not gonna terraform necessarily too much right now. So I should really do. That's unfortunate. I kind of wish Minecraft or Mojang would more or less have the Silk Touch. Well, yeah, this is Silk Touch. Yeah, Silk Touch hose. You could like trim these for their thing. I get it, like that's what the shears are for, and you don't want like to make the shears completely useless and like a one-trick pony, a unitasker, as Alton Brown would say, for cooking utensils. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of like outside of what they normally are. They kind of are unitaskers. So I am actually gonna... Ooh, I don't want to terraform on camera necessarily, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of terraforming here. Doesn't matter. It lets me talk a little bit on other things and topics that I wanted to talk about and bring up. Like I said, it's one of those rare cases, Hades, where I'm like, follow the trend on that. Gosh. I actually haven't checked how much left of Death's Door I have going on to play. Still quite a bit to go. It says like I'm 33% done on it, I think I last checked. But Death's Door has been fun. I mean, I like it. I said, there's like some games I just want to showcase that don't get a lot of attention from, or didn't get a lot of attention. I'm sure Death's Door did, because it's very Souls-like, and like I said, is also very Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past inspired. It's a great game. I do kind of know what game I'm going to play after Death's Door. I'm going to keep that close to the chest a little bit still, because like I just want that to be a bit of a surprise. It's probably going to be, I know it's going to be actually longer than Death's Door. I think if I remember looking at the game I have in mind, it's like 20 odd hours ish, which will maybe have to push the third day of variety games being that variety game, so that game gets beaten quicker, because like that would be like for me where I stream like 2 hours every day. It's like take me 10 streams, so it's like if I had that third stream, it'd be less time to beat it, or less streams to beat it. I'll have to figure that one out. And it's also one of those things where I'm like, I'll probably have to maybe splice the first 2 days together into one mega video, and then the other bits not. I don't know. It's kind of a see and call it, play it by ear. Man, it's been here comes the ShimonShozen is an old Minecraft player and has played Minecraft for so long that it's like, back in my day we didn't have firefly bushes, and we didn't. I kind of wonder how often these things spawn and like how easily collectible they are, if they're and I do wonder, and I don't think they are gonna be like, you could like bone meal them to farm them or whatnot. I can't imagine that, because it seems like a weird thing if you could farm them like that. Yeah, I don't know. Oh gosh. You know, what's something I'm not positive that I've talked about? I think I had when I came back on my mainstream, or when I came back to streaming a little bit more occasionally, is frickin' Clair Obscur Expedition 33. If you haven't played it, do play it. It's a very good game. I did like it. The story is very cool, and it's like, man, is it... Oh, actually, no, I have talked about it, but, like, even then, like, if I've talked about it before, it's still a very good game. Like, I do like the mechanics being very, like, that Paper Mario style, battle reactive mechanics of defending, parrying, and all that sort of stuff. And, like, if you do perfect parries, it's a nice reward of, your group, just does high damage back to the enemy, so it's rewarding to actually parry things instead of like defend and dodge the attack. It's just, man, it's so nice for like that indie games. It's like wild to think that's like the first game that they made, and they're like, by all accounts, an indie game studio, and they made like a really wonderful not triple A. I mean, yeah, technically almost triple A level game. Some people would say double A, but yeah, it's just incredible things. Boy, the music's good. I've been wanting to use some of the music for my stream starting music, but I'm afraid of DMCAs, even though, like, for the most part, like, when I do stream starting music, I try to keep it for, like, if the game plays music for itself, then I'll have the game play the music, or something to that extent. Man. I don't know how much more terraforming I'm going to do here. I'm gonna keep going until I feel like it's decent enough. And, it's, you know, a bit of figuring things out as they go. I'm a loosey-goosey builder, as far as I'm concerned. I don't have, like, a way I do things. Now, I know this is going to be a thing later on where I don't fill holes and gaps like that, and much later on, it's going to be very much a build on top of it and put some torches underneath it and call it a good enough. And I mean, as much as you'd like to fill it up, unless like I had voxel sniper or world at it, it's not gonna be perfect. Unfortunately, I do feel my voice going out because, like I mentioned, I had to do a voiceover recording over my own frickin' video because again, he goes back to bitching about it, but it's hard not to a little bit bitch about it. That Windows update kind of screwed me. So I'm gonna try to terraform a little bit more on there, and then I'm going to try to at least try. And also, damn, I'm running out of dirt already. Goes to show how much dirt you lose. I'm going to try to build that last bit of farming bits. So if this is boring for you, well, I do apologize. I didn't intentionally want it to be just like I place dirt. Also, man, old habits die hard for things. It's really hard not to call myself Stickman at times when I talk in the third person, just because, like, that has been my gamer tag for god-awfully so long. Well, it's not Stickman, but Crazy Stickman, and every once in a while I just like catch myself like stopping and saying in my brain, don't call yourself Stickman. Technically you're ShimonShozen, but like I'm totally fine if people call me Stickman still. Like, I mean, hell, my Minecraft account name is still like Crazy Stickman and whatnot. And like, I mean, the whole thing of that was, if I actually never really told the story on why I don't use that account, even though I do actually own it on Twitch, is mainly SEO reasons, and also just like, in my mind, like, as much as I love the name Crazy Stickman, it's just like, yeah, I mean, I know professionality doesn't really matter that much, but I'm more thinking of like from a artistic standpoint of like, I don't know how much people would take me particularly seriously if I called myself Crazy Stickman as an artist. Like, I'd associate myself with like being a Stickman comic artist at that point. And it's like, well, you know what? I think it would be best to call myself something different. And like, to be fair, like a good portion of it was like, it's not as bad as like my edgy teenage phase artist name. Oh god, everyone has one. But my god, does it make me like feel like, you alright there, bud? It's so bad. It was so bad. Just cut it with a knife on the edge. It's so bad I don't even want to say it. It's not like any like thing offensive, it's just cringe in the worst ways possible. So this one actually gonna be a little bit bigger, just cause I'm like, you know what, these ones are gonna probably be the carrot display area, and I'm like, carrots should at least be bigger farming area, just because like carrots in general, like, you know, at some point hopefully I get a gold farm going up. I have to do some research on what's the best gold farm now, because I know the old in the air Ilmanga one isn't the best, or doesn't function as a gold farm now, from what I understand. I'm not entirely sure on that, really. I know it's gonna be a project in general, and like, either way, it's like, I'm gonna have to, figure that out once I figure that out. Like, as much as like I'd like to make my own gold farm, I'm not like a design. I'm not like a redstoner by any stretch of the imagination, so that's one of those cases where I'm like, I'll follow a popular version of it and build whatever is functionally good rather than try to build my own. It's like a wither farm. Like, I don't know if, not wither, but wither skeleton farm. I'd like to build one. I just don't know how it would do. Gosh, there's like one point. This is now going to be me talking about a little bit of my old Minecraft server. I was like in a server where you could like donate and then like get perks for donating, and like one of the perks for donating was like choosing a spawner, and then like I had a frickin' skeleton farm. I had chose a skeleton farm because it could spawn wither skeletons in the nether, and like I chose that for my thing. And man, it was weird looking back on it. It's like, that's also like when the EULA wasn't a thing, where it's like you can't give rewards for stuff like that, like before the EULA changed to be like, oh, you're not supposed to essentially pay to win your server, which totally understandable. Like, kind of like, you know, it helps with like things like, so kids don't like, you know, donate and like spend a lot of money on something that's like non-tangible, I suppose, in a sense. But you know, I was at the time old enough to know what the hell I was doing, so. And plus it was like a server I did enjoy being a part of, so it was like, to keep it nice and going alive, it was you know, nice to be able to help donate at that time. Though, you know, nothing lasts forever, so those servers that like isn't there anymore, so, you know, it's not like the money went to nothing, but it's still. Here we go. Hard not to at least like think about it to some extent, right? You know. Where is a bed? Dang it. Where is my bed? There's my bed. Okay, it's actually starting to look a little bit better. It's a bit random, but you know what? What the hell? I mean, like I said, I'm loosey-goosey when it comes to building. Maybe in the future this might totally go down for something like that's totally improved, like the path might stay and then like the farmland might just turn into something else, but at the moment I don't mind it. It's kind of probably going to be one of those things where I walk away and it's like, oh, you know what, it's actually not as bad as I thought it looked. It's actually quote-unquote good. But for right now, I'm like, it doesn't look great. I think I'll also, when I actually build some stone, cobble and stone for the retaining wall bit, it's gonna significantly help with the looks of it. Jeez. Ooh. Okay. That's not bad. Cobble. A little bit of polished to make some variance and some difference. Back with the slabs to make some. Oh, actually, nope. I'd like to make this a not tough wall, but one of those bricks. And actually, I'm gonna knock this one out just to be a little bit lower. And polished one here, so I could place lantern here and here. Cool. I can actually put a slab on that one. Slab there. Gonna knock that down lower. Slab here. Slab here, for sure. For sure. I'll just fix that later. One there. Wall there. Didn't want to be too disparate on that. Half slabs. Yeah, it's looking a bit better. Let's see. Bricks. Brick. And let me see how I'm doing light level wise, so I could just at least get a general idea of how lit up my farm is, so it's not like, you know, completely dark. Oops. Oh man, you know what I've been forgetting to do, and this is kind of unfortunate. Is I've been forgetting to take screenshots for my Minecraft thumbnails, where Minecraft thumbnails are going to be super easy in the factor of you just take a picture of where you're at and doing things. What you did, more or less, for me. I'll throw, even though I don't need it, I'm gonna throw a lantern here. Oops, nope. Here, and then like one across. Here. Yeah, I get it. I'm trampling my crops. Okay, I get it. Kind of would like a slab there, and like a couple slabs on top. Of these, just to give some height variance. I think it's not. It's pretty okay. Yeah, I think once I actually put some stones holding the walls, it'll be kind of actually looking a bit nicer. It's a bit quirky, but I'm a bit quirky. I think that will be it for the proverbial stream. So let me F1 here, F2, and yeah, thank you all for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye.